Hey YouTubers, it's me, Monkey Dragon here, and this is going to be like kind of a little series that I'm going to be doing is actually domination kind of spots and everything like that. And pretty much what I'm going to be doing is showing you spots where to put either guarding the sentry guns and spots that I like to hold up and maybe you guys can hold up. First one here is if you guys are having trouble with C flag, you guys can actually place a sentry gun right here. And if you place it just about like where I was showing, facing this way, because then the sentry gun path will look left, shoot people coming out of there, and look right and shoot people coming out of there. So that's a really good place as long as you have in that corner facing about right there. Then obviously, see, whatever. And then here, the center, this is where a lot of people have trouble with. My favorite place to actually sit in is actually to face right here if they're spawning on A's flag. This is obviously going to be from C to B first, and then it'll be A to B first. This is where I like to sit whenever they're spawning at A, and I'll go in and kill people here. And if I'm trying to play a little bit more defensive, a good place to place a guardian is actually facing about this direction, and then sit about right here, because if they try to jump around the corner and shoot you, they'll get hit by the guardian stun, and then you can shoot them out. A really good place to like to sit on right side whenever I'm defending on this side, usually I try to leave other people to defend it, is obviously right here is not too bad of a decent one, but the only problem is those rocks. So here, I like to sit right about here, have it unscoped, but have my crosshair facing this wall. The reason being is I could still check that corner if they round it, and it's not too far away from aiming down there, pulling up to shooting there, pulling to shooting here, and pulling to shooting there. That's the way I always like to sit my crosshairs, is about in the middle of everywhere that I'm looking. So that if they're, if I'm looking way over here, I'm not just waiting. And then if they come to the right, I can't see them. But if I'm unzoomed, but I'm always kind of ready, sometimes in my videos you see me do this, that's because I'm waiting for someone to come by, like, oh, okay, there we go, boom, aim down sight and shoot them. That's where I like to sit. Or I actually like to sit right here. It's not too bad, because if a person rounds a corner, the problem with right here is, watch, let me show you, is when they come up here, when they try to shoot you, they usually fall, and they'll lose their line of sight. So you can shoot them right there. And a good tip is to actually put a guardian right about facing there, that direction. And it's not to stun people, it's if you're sitting right here, the reason being is if they try to turn the corner really fast, you can hit them. That's another really good place. And sentry guns for this side is up in that window. Here, let me run over there. Give me a second, pull my knife. I'll run a little bit faster. So actually place your sentry gun just about facing right about there. You want to, it's a very, very tricky spot. Honestly, lay down whenever you're doing this. Try to lay down before. And just move around a little bit, because it's very touchy for the sentry gun in this window. This is how I kind of place it, is I'm very finagly, because it's difficult to place it. You want to try to get it more to the right. This way you can get into that window when they first lean out. But just try to place it in this window, because you get the most cover out of it. Okay, let's work on the money, well, pretty much the bread and butter right now. The far left side, the B flag. This side is where I always like to cover. I always like to cover B flag and let everyone else cover kind of the side flags, because, like I've said before, I can usually take the blunt of the damage and I'll usually live. Whenever I'm watching this side, this is where I like to head glitch at, solely because I can see them. Usually this car is blown up, and you usually can see around that corner a little bit better, and you can see them there. And I like to place my crosshairs just about right there. That's where I like to sit at, because then I'm not too far, I can shoot them there, and if anything, I can fall back behind this rock, head glitch, and shoot them there. You can always get them there, which is always easy. And fifth, sentry gun placement, which might be obvious to you guys, or maybe not, is to actually place your sentry gun right here, because it'll get them in the window and right there to the right. But a place maybe you guys don't know of is, here, let me see if I can do this correctly, is to place your sentry gun right, and it's weird because your sentry gun will actually float off the wall. It'll be weird, like one of the legs or two pegs will float off and it'll be okay. So actually place your sentry gun facing about right there to those palm trees to the rocks. The reason being is you want to face it directly this way, is if they're over there. Like say you lose right side, they'll sit right there and they'll shoot your sentry gun. That's why you want to face it about that palm tree, because then it'll pan here, pan to the right, and shoot anyone coming from over there and right side. And then you can go ahead and just head glitch over here and shoot the people behind there. That's a really good spot. And if you guys are getting overrun and you guys are constantly losing both flags, a really good place to place your sentry gun is about right here, facing it right there, because it'll pan right, shoot them, pan right, shoot them. And if you guys are head glitching behind these rocks, be very wary, especially right here, is that people can crouch and shoot you through that window. And now that I pretty much showed you all the sites for C to B, I'm going to show you A to B now, which is this other side. So I'm going to go to A flag and swing back around and show you where I like to set up. First off, it's actually kind of obvious. This is actually going to be a sentry gun. You want to face your sentry gun about right about here. here or so, right about in the middle or off in this corner. But mainly right here, solely because if a person gets an RPG and they round the corner, they'll hit the back wall. They won't directly hit your sentry gun. If you have it against the back wall, it'll get more damage. Unless they're accurate, they hit the legs. But if you place your sentry gun and equipment in the gardens away from a wall, they'll take less damage because most people will just aim for the wall. A little tip for you guys really quickly. So I like to place my sentry gun about right here if we're having trouble with A. A good placement, if you guys kind of want things to be left alone on this side, is maybe kind of obvious to do, maybe kind of obvious to you, or maybe not, is to place your sentry gun right about here or so, or on this ledge. This one's actually a little bit tricky. It depends where you stand, but you can get it placed, and the whole thing is that it gets that window and around that corner. But right here is pretty much the best place, facing it right about there, because if you have good control over center, you won't need to worry about this window. That's the whole point. And then you can pretty much cover here. But if you guys are having kind of trouble on all sides, here's not too bad of a placement for it. Just face it right, obviously right dead center right there. That's a good placement for a sentry gun. Okay, for the center, for A to B, it's kind of the reverse. Like to sit right here. This way you still have this for a head glitch on it. Obviously, it's not the best place in the world, but it does help. And then you can go ahead and place your guardian right here if you want. And then go and sit right here. Another good place is actually, let me show you. If you put your guardian right here, you face it directly right here, and you can either stand right next to your guardian. This is only if you have flat jacket, because people will spam explosives at you, and you shoot them as they round the corner with your guardian. The reason being is when you see them, your guardian hits them. That's the whole point. So if you hit it right here, and you just hide like right here, you see what I'm saying? Just hide like in front of your guardian. Obviously there'll be the waves and everything, and you won't be able to see too well, but you'll be able to see a person. Then just go ahead and shoot them. That's a little area that I like to hold for the center. And if we are having problems with the center, I like to place my sentry gun right about here. The reason being is if they try to swing to B, my sentry gun will obviously have that hole straight away to shoot them. And if they're trying to run through the center, the sentry gun shoots them through the stairs. And through there, if they pop up, go ahead and shoot them there. Okay, for this side, this one I actually have multiple spots. Whenever I'm grabbing B, obviously this is a really good spot. That's obviously like the #1 spot. But if I'm grabbing it and I'm kind of on my own, I'll sit right here and have my sights right about here, hoping that everyone has the left and center held on. And this is about where I'll sit and shoot people. A good place that I like to place my sentry gun is actually not too bad of a place, but this is like the secondary place if I'm having really bad troubles with it. I'll place it right here, or right about here. This is another good placement. It's just right there. If you face it right about there, it'll shoot everyone. But where I like to head glitch at and where I like to place my sentry gun is kind of the same place. Is right here, and you guys, if you've seen me or even seen me get game winners, it's actually a really good idea to be really low, but just high enough to see someone crouch. After you use this for a while, you'll get used to it. And what you're really looking for is for people walking through that door. And the whole thing is people walk past and go to center. So you can almost call out like, hey, guy going to center, guy going to center. And as soon as you see someone walk there, if you see them for about 1.5 seconds, then it's probably them rounding the door and then coming through here and then going in to shoot. And usually what you'll see if you miss is people will go this way, automatically assume they're going in the window and kind of prep for it. And the reason why you don't want to be way up here is because if you're aiming down sight over there, you're really exposed to people rounding the corner there. So if you sit right about here, you go in and shoot people, you'll have someone to cover from here without going through there. And that's not too bad of a place. Place I like to place my sentry gun is right here. Reason being, and I really do mean facing that wall, because it'll shoot them rounding there, window, get them straight through the doorway, and it'll even shoot them on the left side if they're rushing B. So that's a really good place to place your sentry gun. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that is pretty much... Oh, not too bad of a place is actually up here. See if I can actually do it. So actually jump up here, and you can either sit, for the window or to the right, or you can actually even lay up here. Me and my friend has done this, and actually shoot them as they're going through the center. Use this for cover. But it all depends if you have map control over there. Like if you have the sentry gun right there, you can go in and, map control right here, and just kind of, side glitch the side of it and shoot them as they're popping up, which isn't too bad of a spot. Oh, a really quick thing that I have to tell you guys that is really a lot of help is whenever you guys are, this is obviously for A to C, and I'll show you the one for C to B. Okay, for A to B, whenever you're spawning in, whenever I say, do you guys have Overwatch? What that means is I want a guy up here already looking there and already looking there. I want him dead ready to do that because a lot of people will round that corner and churn through there. If he sees the guys going right, I know he's going right. What I like to do when I come through spawn is I like to go ahead and knife this window. I pull on my gun right about here, and my instant look is through this car window. Because if I see a guy pop up through that car window, then I know he's coming right. First, if you don't see anyone through there, come check through here, check right, and then go ahead and run. Because if you don't see anyone over there, they probably won't be there. Your buddy should already shot the people going through there. Then go ahead and lay here and look this direction. Because people coming from the left won't see you. And people that are coming through the front end window, let me get off it really quick. People are coming through the left end window, your friend should have Overwatch on. So you pretty much need to just aim right about there. And you'll be able to get everyone and be able to cap the flag. Okay, for the reverse is obviously from C to B. My friend likes to come through here in his red Venom. He usually does Overwatch for me. And he comes through this window, and this is where the first place he looks is right there. Because that's usually where everyone pops through, and right there. Me, I obviously like to round around here, and I like to first look at the car. The car is obviously my biggest detection for looking at people. And if I don't see anyone through that window, I'll kind of round off through here, check there, run over here, and say I got Overwatch, lay down, and then just kind of cover, looking right about here, looking for that little opening, because he should have the window, and right there. So that's my little cat tricks for actually grabbing B and having Overwatch. It kind of depends on you guys having Overwatch, but you can also use it in a different tweak style to go ahead and not lose B, you know what I mean, to go in and just quickly grab A and defend yourself if you guys only have one person, or if it's just you by yourself. But anyways, guys, so we reached the end of this video. So like the video if you liked it, or if you found it helpful. Subscribe to me if you want to see more of my videos. Don't forget to tell your friends about me, because who wouldn't want to win 20 bucks? I'm Monkey Dragon. That's all I got, guys. Peace.